Yo, what's good, y'all? I'm at the office today. I work from home typically, and I'm truly grateful for that. But sometimes, just to be around different vibes and stuff like that, I like to come into the office. And it's been one of those weeks where there's a lot of work to do. So like, that separation sometimes of like home and like, work. Sometimes it's necessary just for my brain to like kick into high gear and do what I'm supposed to do. But yeah, it's been a really cool week. Been doing a lot of writing for like clients, writing decks, mostly decks. There's not much else. It is a world full of decks and strat lines and ideas. But yeah, this episode of Addish, honestly, I'm kind of unclear what I want to talk about. But I think some of the big themes for this week, or that have just like popped up in my life in general, that I think are applicable more or less to the work. See, I'm tripping over words because I'm like, I don't even know what to talk about. But I've had two phrases that have been in my head all week. One is a one-word phrase, so it's not really a phrase, it's just a word. But collaboration, and then I had this idea about dreams money can buy. That was a Drake song from a while ago. It was a song I liked a lot. But yeah, I've been thinking about that in terms of like career, future planning, and what my next steps are in life and how I'm gonna chart out like my career. Like, and I could very much like build that where I'm at. And I think I was talking to a higher up at my job. And he was basically just telling me kind of that same thing of just like, yo, man, like you could really build a solid foundation here. And it's something I took to heart. And I was like, you know what? He's right. Let me lock in. Let me just really lock in and focus. I know in our generation, there is this thing of, just bouncing around so you can get more money and all that. So you might stay in typical agency land. Most people will stay at a shop for like 2 years. Like 2 years at an agency is like seven years, dog years type stuff, right? So because typically in 2 years, you'll have touched every account that the agency has. You'll almost cap out on your learning. But the interesting thing about where I'm at is I'm at a shop that's fairly new. Majority, shout out majority, gang, we here. But yeah, man, there's still a lot left to learn. There's a lot of space left to carve out. A lot of dope things that still need to be built here. So yeah, when you think about dreams money can buy in the context of like that title, I think if you're young and you're watching this and you're trying to figure out next steps in your career, I kind of want to impress upon you, get the money, but also like, don't forget about the intangibles as you're looking through opportunities. So for example, some of you right now may be getting approached by recruiters. They may be saying, hey, we're seeing the work you're doing, let's chat, let's go over here. Always take the calls and the conversations just on some real shit, but like, don't lose sight of the ball, right? So if you're at a place where you have a lot of like capital with the C-suite, you have team members that you really enjoy working with, you're doing work that you really enjoy, before you jump because of some extra zeros, just consider the trade-off. Because a lot of times, sure, you may jump and you may get money that you're looking for. You may get the dreams that money can buy. You may be able to buy, upgrade your car, upgrade where you live, upgrade everything in your life. But then you may do that, and the place you go, you may be miserable at. And granted, it doesn't always have to be that way. Sometimes it's the right move to make. The interesting thing about life is you never really know, right? You never know how things are going to turn out. That's why everything is a risk. That's why you have to take chances. But yeah, I kind of just want to impress upon y'all, like, these are conversations I've always had with myself over the years. Even before getting the majority, I was faced with like that decision of like, man, I'm at the shop and I'm doing really good work. I love my team. And what I will say is that life leaves clues, right? There's this phrase that success leaves clues, and I think life leaves clues for us too if we pay attention. So when I was at my old shop, I kind of knew that it was time to go because the team that was built around me that, we had so much success together was basically leaving. Like my old boss, who was responsible for me getting my first promotion, she pieced out. Another boss that I had, who we had a really good relationship, and she, she just wanted to see me win. She found a new opportunity and she pieced out. And then, the biggest client that we were working on, there was some weird turbulence there. And I remember praying, you do what you do, but I remember praying when this opportunity came up at majority, and I was asking God, I was like, yo, if this is the move to make, I need you to let me know now. Like, I need you to let me know. And literally that same day, I got a message from the CEO at our old company. It was a random meeting that she had threw on calendars. Now, if you ever worked in corporate, meetings with no context, generally, this is not a good vibe. That means something is going on. So her throwing this meeting on all of our calendars, especially it was the whole team working on this account, I immediately knew that we were going to hop on that call and she was going to say we had lost the account. And I didn't expect what was next, which was that, they were talking about like massive job cuts and stuff like that. Now, me personally, I would have been safe. And even the head of my department, she was really great too. She was really solid. She was like, yo, you'll be good. We'll make it work. It's fine. But I think even when that happened and, it just felt like it was time, right? That was the sign. I made a jump. I've been here. I've been learning a lot. I've been thrown in some really interesting positions where like I've had to like level up, and it's made me better in all aspects of my life. So I say all that to say, having those type of experiences, like money is cool, money is great, but being at a place where people support you, being at a place where you like the people you work with, being at a place where everything is collaborative and people rock with you, those are just as important as the money, right? And I know we're going into turbulent times. So again, you got to take what I say with a grain of salt. If you're in a position where, you end up getting an offer that could change your life and it's life-changing money, hey, sometimes you got to make that move. Make the move that's right for you. So if you get a chance at some life-changing money, do that. But at the same time, if it's nominal, like if you're going to move from, 50,000 at this job to 60,000 at the next job, just weigh things a little bit different. And keep in mind, like a jump from 50 to 60,000 after you take out taxes, and if you're contributing to a retirement account, that's probably an extra 100, 200 bucks on your paycheck, maybe like 100, something like that. So in the grand scheme of things, you might be giving up, all these good things for an extra $100 or two a month, and then still have to learn the politics of the new place, new friends, new roles, and all that stuff. And if the new adventure is worth that, again, hats off to you and do it. But if it's really just about trying to get some extra bread, hey man, I would say just find a way to pick that up on the side. Find a hustle. You know what I mean? I know a lot of places look at you crazy for side hustles these days, but the way the U.S. economy is going, you kind of have to. And if you consider what a lot of people say are going to happen to jobs in like the next 10 years, like careers as they looked in the 60s, it's probably not going to be the same way. So you have to account for that. But yeah, I mean, that's all I got for you. I think dreams money can buy. Consider what you want out of your career. Consider the moves you're making and how to best make those moves. And the collaboration piece, shit, we'll probably talk about that some other time. But that's where my mind took me, man. I'm just out here creating, kind of like Rick Rubin says. So I'm going to get back to work. We've been talking too long. I'm going to holler at y'all later, though. Follow Addish, follow, like, share, subscribe. And I'll see y'all on Friday for the Snob Hop newsletter. Ooh, that was corny. Okay. Peace.